They said this was the end of an era. Not because it failed, but because it refused to change. In a world rushing towards silence and electric speed, this machine arrived louder, heavier, unapologetically old school. Critics didn't celebrate it. They questioned it. Why build a big V8 now? Why push rear-wheel drive when everything is going digital? Why hold on to something the industry is trying to leave behind? And before most people ever heard it scream, they had already decided what it meant. But here's what they never understood. The Ford Mustang Dark Horse wasn't built to chase the future. It was built to define the end of something legendary. From the front, it doesn't try to look friendly. It looks focused. A redesigned grille sits wider and darker, feeding more air into the naturally aspirated V8. Slim, aggressive LED headlights cut forward with a sharp, almost menacing stare. Functional vents and aerodynamic elements shape airflow across the hood and down the sides, reducing lift and improving stability at speed. There's no retro softness here. This is modern aggression. Move to the side, and the proportions stay true to Mustang heritage. Long hood, short rear deck, but everything feels tighter, more planted. The stance is lower, wider, more deliberate. Large wheels fill the arches, while subtle aerodynamic sculpting pushes air toward the rear. It doesn't just look fast. It looks controlled. Like it knows exactly what it's capable of. Step inside. And for the first time, the Mustang feels fully digital, but still focused. A wide dual-screen setup stretches across the dashboard, combining a configurable digital cluster with a central infotainment display. Yet despite the technology, the driving position remains low and connected. The steering wheel is thick, flat-bottomed, and purposeful in your hands. Performance seats hold you firmly in place. Controls are angled toward the driver. Everything reminds you, this is still about driving. Press the start button. The V8 wakes up with a deep, unmistakable rumble. No artificial sound. No delay. Just displacement and combustion. Under the hood sits a 5.0-liter naturally aspirated V8, pushing out around 500 horsepower, making it the most powerful non-Shelby Mustang ever built. Power is sent to the rear wheels through either a 6-speed manual or a 10-speed automatic transmission, giving drivers a choice between pure engagement and rapid performance. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour comes in roughly 4 seconds. But the real story isn't straight-line speed. It's what happens when the road starts to bend. The Dark Horse introduces upgraded suspension, improved chassis rigidity, and track-focused tuning that transforms how the car behaves. The steering feels sharper, more direct. The front end responds with confidence, while the rear remains playful, but controlled. Turn in. The nose grips harder than you expect. Push further. The rear rotates, but not unpredictably. It communicates, it talks, it lets you balance the car through the corner. This isn't old muscle anymore. This is precision with attitude. Switch into track mode, and everything tightens. Throttle response sharpens. Exhaust valves open wider. The car becomes louder, more aggressive, more alive. And when you push it on a straight, the V8 climbs through the rev range with a raw, mechanical intensity that no turbocharged engine can replicate. At the rear, the design completes the story. A fixed rear wing adds downforce, while a bold diffuser manages airflow underneath. Quad exhaust tips sit wide and aggressive, delivering deep, resonant notes that echo long after you lift off the throttle. It doesn't try to hide its identity. It amplifies it. Starting at around $60,000, the Dark Horse positions itself as a serious performance machine, not just a muscle car, but something far more refined and capable. But this car was never about price. It was about legacy. The Ford Mustang Dark Horse doesn't try to replace the past. It doesn't try to imitate the future. It stands in between. A final expression of what a pure internal combustion performance car can be. Call it outdated. Call it loud. Call it unnecessary in a world moving towards silence. But once you hear that V8, once you feel the rear come alive, once you push it through a corner, you stop thinking about the future. You start appreciating the moment. Because when the Dark Horse hits full throttle, The only thing louder than the engine is your heartbeat. If cars like this remind you why driving should feel alive, hit that like button. And if you think V8 muscle should never disappear, tell me in the comments. Subscribe, because the next machine we explore might be the last of its kind.